I want the government to support me so I can live to fulfill my dream of becoming a nurse.
Last year, 15-year-old Priscilla Sante's young life was cut short. Her dream of becoming a nurse unfulfilled, leaving a void in the hearts of many. Her mother's voice joined the choruses across the country in calling on government to reduce the cost of dialysis in order for many to live. Priscilla was not the last to die. Many have died, and countless numbers are in the queue waiting to die because they can't afford to pay the cost of dialysis. In 2023, a relentless advocacy for the cost of dialysis to be reviewed downwards was waged, but the response to the cries of patients has rather been met with an increase. 33-year-old Salas Mensah teary after hearing the announcement of the increase.
$490 for a day, so in that week when it comes to it costs you about 1,000. And that's week, if you take 1 week for a day and in a month, 1 week in a month, you can pay about 1,000 Ghana for a week. That is what I paid up.
He briskly calculates the amount of money he would now have to pay in order to live.
For now, all we are asking is, we please beg the government. We are patient, and there are people out there that are suffering for us. They even don't know us, but they help us because they love us. So all we please is, we please the government to help us and reduce the price for a bit. Because as for me, I don't have anybody. A guy saw me in Kumasi and then he told me to help me. If the price go high like this, I'm crying for the guy now. What else will you do? My biggest fear for now is if the price go higher, I'm scared of if the guy will let me, or I have never, even though he was the friend of my mom, and he told my mom he helped me. So every week he has been paying that 12.5 for 3 days, and 7 million every week. That is what he has been paying. But now that the price is about to go higher, I'm scared of what is going on to happen to him. Is he going to continue like this, or he will tell us the price is too high? So that is now my greatest fear. If he can help, please, we need his help now. In the name of God, Almighty God, please. And if the government can help us with the finance, we pray that He will help us.
I was working at GHS. I came a year. I came retirement, and I came then. This thing started. That has been a very hard because of the money aspect of it. And right now too, it has been increased, so it is not easy.
Gabriel Mensah retired from the GES last year. Shortly after his retirement, he was diagnosed of the diseases. The weight of this announcement is evident in his voice.
The payment aspect is serious. Serious. We are going to die. You are going to die. How much am I bringing home? How much am I bringing home? And if I'm paying this amount every 2 days, it's not easy.
Patients here are angered by this announcement. Their anger is sandwiched with the never-ending plea to government to reconsider its decision. For 37-year-old Jackson, government can't simply send them to their early grave. Something urgent must be done.
Even the people were dying because of the previous cost. They were not able to afford the costs involved. I don't understand the government. I don't understand the managers of these dialysis, whatever. I'm so surprised. I am so surprised. Many souls are perishing as a result of financial constraints. I started with a lot of people here, but a lot or many of them have died. Many. And due mainly to the financial constraints, adding medication, lab costs, and dialysis fee, very difficult. So sometimes you think that, oh, Charlie, if you die, cry, it will be okay, so that your burden on the family and the friends will be over, and they use the money to do other things.
For these cocktail of stories told differently by different patients at the dialysis unit of the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital revealed despair, disappointment, anger, and betrayal by government.
It's kind of getting us more devastated.
For Thomas Vincent Khan, this is his 11th year being on the dialysis machine. He is surprised the loud voices that were raised by patients and other advocates could not get government to reduce the cost of dialysis.
Because already with the 350, we always struggle to even come to the hospital for dialysis. So for such an announcement, especially at the time that we've made a lot of noise asking for a reduction, even on the 350 that was being charged, and then we wake up and the next thing we are hearing is that rather the prices are going to go up. It's just very, very devastating. It compounds everything, every problem that we are going through. It has never been easy. I have been on dialysis for 11 years, and throughout the 11 years, it has never been an easy road.
For each second that the dialysis machine here beeps, death keeps its eagle eyes on the patients, ready to snuff out the life in them.
It got to a time somebody came and told us that she wants the line to be removed because she knows she cannot afford the daily session. That was around 350 cedis per session. And then she told us we should remove the line so that she will just go and die because she cannot continue the session again. We did everything. We tried to source funds for it, but there's nothing we could do because the mind was made that she was fed up. Looking at she had children in the house, and every week she keeps coming here pumping money, and then it seems there's no hope for her, so she decided to end it.
Head nurse at the dialysis unit here at the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital, Eunice DeGraft Ishent, says being on dialysis is like a death sentence and a lot of support is needed to help the management of the diseases.
Then sometimes, most of them, they come in the acute phase, so even getting the access, the temporal catheters, and then starting their first 2 or 3 sessions is a problem. So in these instances, management will come in so that we will start the dialysis as the relatives also go and look for funds to come and support. Sometimes too, they have to waive it. Others, they cannot even afford it, so they will just simply have to waive off the bill.
A renal nurse here, Christopher Kpapo, wants people to check the status of their kidneys regularly and desist from visiting spiritual and other herbal centers for solutions. For him, this compounds the situation.
Some, when they are told that they have kidney failure or they are on the verge of losing their kidney function, will want to go and roam. They will deny the fact that they will need dialysis. So they will want to go to spiritual, prayer camps. Some will want to go to alternate herbal medications. And it's quite interesting that now we have a lot of herbal medications on the market. We have a lot of them, and then some will even advertise or some will even say that they cure kidney failure, which is false. It is very, very, very false. Because most of the time, the components or the ingredients that were used in preparing the herbal medications, some of them, depending on the dosage that is taken, some of them can be very, very toxic to the kidneys. Some will even worsen the kidney damage. So I will advise or I will encourage that we check our health very well. If you are told that you have kidney failure or you need dialysis, please don't hesitate. because sometimes when you start early, it will even help, because there are some of the patients that even though they have kidney failure, they are able to pass urine and we are managing them. Even though that may not bring back the function of the kidney, or even though that may not reverse, because kidney function, as I said, if it is damaged, you cannot reverse it. Yet, at least it is a good sign. It will help us to manage you in such a way that you can continue urinating for a very long time, or at least for a prolonged period of time before eventually you lose all those functions as well. So I will encourage that please don't resort to prayer camps or spiritual centers. Don't resort to alternate. Some will go to a herbal, hospital, or someone who sells herbal medications, and then they'll be taking all those drugs for a very long time, hoping to see an improvement, yet there will be no improvement, and they will still be sitting at home because they just don't want to come for dialysis.
Here at the dialysis unit of the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital, many machines have broken down, compounding the problems of the patients. The patients now have to queue as early as 1 a.m.
2/3 of our machines are broken down, and then coupled with the stresses, they're already not feeling well, and they have to come here as early as 1 a.m. just to come and queue to get their turn for 3 to 4 hours session. If you are unlucky and you are not part of the first or second batch, means you are going to spend over 12 hours in the hospital, and then it's really a burden. So if we can get donors to come to our aid, and most of the machines too, we are importing, so we are not even getting the parts to repair. So if government can intervene, give us new machines, and then they reduce the taxes also, so that the cost of dialysis will come down.
Unfortunately, apart from the cost that is even giving us problems, you come in here and there are not enough machines, because every day there are being new they are diagnosing new patients who so it means that the numbers keeps adding on. And unfortunately, when you come here at the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital, we're only left with just 4.5 machines.
Why do you say half?
I say half because there's one machine that somebody has to sit by it, and then every 30 seconds the person has to be present, because it's not fully functioning. So that's why I describe it as half, and that is even worrying. Already the machines here are not enough, and this very one that should be part of it is not functioning very well, and that makes it very problematic. Like I said, you come in here, a lot of the machines here, the space that is supposed to be having machines for treatment, you go there and all the rooms are filled with broken down machines. So it's really a problem, apart from the cost that we are battling with.
Public Relations Officer of the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital, Fred Yanka, says the hospital will continue to support the patients as they go through these emotional journeys.
There has been a strict instruction that you don't send a patient out because he or she is owing. So even though some of these our patients are owing, anytime they come, we still take care of them, and we are still going to take care of them till something come in for them to get some funds to take care of their bills. This is also a heavy load on management, because it is the same cost that we use to buy the consumables that we are complaining about. But we also feel that you cannot look at cost and turn down someone to go home and die. And so management feels it's important to take that cost, and that burden has been taken away from the patient.
For every tear that drops, for each heart that bleeds, for every hope that's dashed, and for each penny that these patients, their families, and other benefactors spend in their attempt to keep these patients alive, they call on government to support them to live a little while longer by reducing the cost of dialysis.